my YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss the solutions of CPZ previous year questions. And these questions are also useful for the students who are preparing for CPZ and EdSET entrance examination. So before going to the today's session, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me in Telegram for more updates. Now let's have a look into the today's session. Now see the first problem. What is given? If matrix A equals to 3 minus 2, 4 minus 2. Matrix A equals to 3 minus 2, 4 minus 2. Satisfy matrix equation A square minus KA plus 2y equal to 0. Then what is the value of K? Here what is given? One of the square matrix A and the entries of the square matrix are 3 minus 2, 4 minus 2. This square matrix satisfying one of the matrix equation, that is A square minus KA plus 2y equals to 0. Here find the value of K. Here find the value of K. ఇక్కడ ఏమి ఇచ్చాడంటే ఒక స్క్వేర్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఏ ఉంది. ఇందులో ఎంట్రీస్ వచ్చేసి 3 మైనస్ 2 4 మైనస్ 2 ఆర్ ద ఎంట్రీస్, అంటే ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ది మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఏ. ఈ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ అనేది ఒక మ్యాట్రిక్స్ ఈక్వేషన్ ని సాటిస్ఫై చేస్తే మనం ఏం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి? కే వాల్యూని ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. హియర్ వి సాల్వ్ దిస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ బై యూజింగ్ క్యాలీ-హ్యామిల్టన్ థియరం. వాట్ ఇస్ ద క్యాలీ-హ్యామిల్టన్ థియరం? Every square matrix satisfy its own characteristic equation. Every square matrix satisfy its own characteristic equation. So find the characteristic equation first here. To find the characteristic equation, see here, given matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. Given matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix. So the characteristic equation is a second degree characteristic equation. ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చిన మ్యాట్రిక్స్ అనేది 2 by 2 మ్యాట్రిక్స్ కాబట్టి మనకి క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఏమొస్తుంది? సెకండ్ డిగ్రీ ఈక్వేషన్ వస్తుంది. సో రైట్ హియర్ lambda square starts from lambda square. Next to take the minus here. Next value is sum of the entries of diagonal. Sum of the entries of diagonal. Diagonal లో ఉన్న entries elements యాడ్ చేయాలి. 3 minus 2, what we get here? 1. 1 into lambda plus. Next to find the determinant. Next here what we get? Determinant of the given square matrix. Here 3 2 is a minus 6 minus half minus, and what we get here? 2 equals to 0. So lambda square minus lambda plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, now here what is it? It is a characteristic equation of the square matrix A. So see the Cayley-Hamilton theorem. What is the Cayley-Hamilton theorem? Every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. So the matrix A is also satisfies its characteristic equation. So in place of lambda, substitute A here. What do we get? A square minus A plus here 2 into I. Here what we get? 2 into I. Since these are all are matrices, so what we get here? 2 into I equals to 0. Now compare these two equations. What we get? A square minus here A. What is the coefficient of A here? K. Here what is the coefficient of A? 1. So K equals to 1. K equals to 1. So option B is the correct one. The previous question of CPZ entrance examination. Now see the solution. What is given? One of the square matrix and the matrix equation. So it satisfies Cayley-Hamilton theorem. By Cayley-Hamilton theorem, what we write? Every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. So the characteristic equation is lambda square minus lambda plus 2 equal to 0. Compare these two equations. What we get? K value is 1. Now see the second question. In a group G, we have AB equals to A or BA equals to A. See the options. Option A is A equals to A. Option B is A square is equal to A. Option C is B equals to A. Option D is B square equals to A. So first take the what is the given values. AB equals to A. AB equals to A. Here A and B are the elements of G. A and B are the elements of G. If A and B are the elements of G, A and B are satisfying all properties of group theory. By inverse law, if A belongs to G, then A inverse also belongs to G. Since by inverse law. Okay. Here I am post multiplying with A inverse on both sides of equation. A inverse into A into B. A inverse into A. Here G is a group. Every element of group satisfy 4 properties: closure, associative, identity, and inverse law. So by inverse law, what we write? A into A inverse equals to E equals to A inverse into A. So in place of A inverse into A, substitute E. E into B equals to B. Again, by identity law, E into B, B into E equals, what is the value here? B. Okay. So B equals to E. See in options, option C is the correct one. It is also solution of CPZ previous year question. Okay. Now next the third one. Now see the third question. What is given? The remainder of 8 to the power of 31 divided by 13. Here we have to find the remainder when 8 to the power of 31 is divided by 13. So 8 to the power of 31 అనేది 13 తో డివైడ్ అయినప్పుడు మనం ఇక్కడ ఏం ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి? రిమైండర్ అనేది ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి. Now see the solution here. Solution here I am taking 8 square is congruence to minus 1 modulo 13. Modulo 13. Since here if you divide 13, 64, what we get here? 13 5 is 65. Subtraction, what we get? Minus 1. If you divide 64 with 13, what is the remainder here? Remainder is minus 1. So what we write here? Remainder. So 8 square is congruent to minus 1 modulo 13. If you take the power 15 on both sides, congruent to minus 1 to the power of 15 modulo 30. Okay. 2 5 are 30. What we get here? 8 to the power of 30 congruent to minus 1 to the power of odd number. Again, minus 1 modulo 30. Okay. Next, see in question what is given? 8 to the power of 31. Here what we have? 8 to the power of 30. So to get 8 to the power of 31, multiply with 8 on both sides. 8 into 8 to the power of 30 congruent to minus 1 into 8 modulo 13. Okay. Next, 8 into 8 to the power of 30 bases are equal. Then we add the powers. So 8 to the power of 31 is congruent to minus 8 modulo 13. See in options. Okay, 2, 5, 4. We have all positive integers. But what we get here? Negative value. So next, see here. Here minus 8. Minus 8 is congruent to 5 modulo 13. Congruent to 5 modulo 13. Okay. So dot check చేయండి ఇక్కడ 13 ని minus 8 తో డివైడ్ చేయాలి. 13 ని minus 8 తో డివైడ్ చేస్తే here what you get? 13 into minus 1 minus 13. So subtraction చేసేవాడు then negative become positive. Minus 8 plus 13. What we get here? 5. 5 is the remainder. Here A congruent to B, B congruent to C, then A is congruent to C. Here 8 to the power of 31 is congruent to minus 8. Minus 8 is congruent to 5. From this what we write? 8 to the power of 31 is congruent to 5 modulo 13. Modulo 13. So the option B is the solution of the third one. Now see the fourth question. What is the dimension of the vector space C over R? Here what is given? C is a vector space over the field R. C of R is a vector space. C of R is a vector space. And what is the field here? Field is a real number. What is C? C is a set of all complex numbers. C is a set of all complex number. Then every complex number can be expressed as, if Z belongs to G, then Z can be expressed as A plus IB. Since every complex number can be expressed as A plus IB, here A and B are the elements of scalars. Okay. Now see here, I'm writing Z equals to A into 1 plus I into B. Okay. There is one is a vector, I is also vector. I into B, where A and B are the belongs to R. Observe here, it is a linear combination. It is a linear combination of the elements 1 and I. It is a linear combination of the elements 1 and I. So the basis set is, what is the basis set is? 1 comma I is the basis set. Here C of R is a given vector space, then that belongs to G. Then every complex number can be expressed in the form A plus IB. This Z is belongs to the complex vector space. Okay. Here I am writing Z is equal to A into 1 plus I into B. A into 1 plus I into B. This Z is a linear combination of the vectors 1 and I. 1 and I. So what it becomes? These 1 and I are the basis of the given vector space C of R. So what is the dimension being? So what is the definition of the dimension? The number of elements in basis set. Number of elements in basis set is the dimension. Here how many elements are there here? 1 and I are the basis of the vector space C over R. Here we have two elements. Here we have two base elements. So the dimension. So the dimension of the vector space C of R is 2. Dimension of the vector space C of R is 2. So the option B is the correct one. Here 1 and I are the natural basis. 1 and I are the natural basis of the vector space C over R. Remember here 1 and I are the natural basis of the vector space C over R. So these are the solutions of CPZ previous year questions. In next video we will discuss some more problems of CPZ and EdSET entrance examination. Thank you.